Hello everyone. Right, let me just bring my camera on. So the session has started. The session is live now. Am I perfectly audible? All right. Okay. Thank you so much. So, hello guys. I'm Avi. I work as a cybersecurity researcher for an insurance company, Betigata. So I have been in this field for the past around 1 year, 1.5 years actually now. And I have taught myself everything. My initial study, like my college study, my degree is in biology and philosophy. All this hacking stuff, all this cybersecurity stuff, I am self-taught, right? I have taught myself by doing everything. So this class is an introductory class. It's the day one, right? And what we are going to do today is discuss the basics of networking, see what a port scan looks like, what ports are, the terms that professionals usually use in the industry, which can be confusing sometimes, right? Okay. So, any any questions for now? I mean, it was just an introduction, but still. Any questions for now? Okay. So, understand the terms that are used in networking, right? I shall. Okay, first, let me ask all of you guys if whether you're comfortable with the terms that are used in networking and cybersecurity. Okay, King Lucky is comfortable. No questions. All right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So you guys are well learned. I'm sure you guys are doing very well. That's really nice. Okay. So let's start with Kali Linux. Okay. So all of you guys, you will have to personally join a GitHub Classroom. By the end of this class, I will send you a GitHub Classroom link that you guys can join, right? And you guys will also have to install either VirtualBox or VMware. VMware, by the way, for personal use is now free. It's a very powerful platform, and I think you guys should check it out. All right, let me just go to the chat once. As a self-taught cyber expert, what role did I start from? So I sort of went on LinkedIn, started networking a lot, started cold mailing people, cold messaging people. I got an internship as a cybersecurity analyst, where I was mostly doing threat intelligence, VAPT, and all that. Right now, in my current role, I am mainly focused on dark web research. I also code a lot. In my last organization, I was helping them make an automated vulnerability scanner. Yeah. Okay. Wait. What other questions? When the session will start? Chirag, I think the session has started. Please can someone type out the platforms and tools? Okay, yeah. I'm so sorry, Amubi. I'll just type them out. VM, VMware or VirtualBox. That's number one. And number two is GitHub Classroom, because you guys would be doing hands-on stuff. In this class, we'll not be focusing on a lot of theory. Today is an introductory class, so yeah, maybe we can focus on theory today. But in general, it would be a very hands-on class. We would be coding a lot. We would be on these machines a lot. All right. And I think that is the way to learn. So, okay, I'm just for a movie, I'm just typing this in the chat. Okay, okay. I hope a movie I helped you with this. I'm a complete beginner with a background in mechanical. Will this boot camp be useful for me, sir? I was told that this is the basics class, so I can keep to listening. Yes, VRK, this is a class where we learn the basics. Soon we'll just go through. I know a lot of people here are very, very well versed with the stuff that I'm going to teach today. So it might just seem like it's boring to you, but I think it's always good to revise things, right? So VRK, we will start from the basics, all right? You don't have to worry. You will be able to catch up, and if you cannot catch up, you can always reach out. VMware or virtual, could you please share which resources that you use to learn cybersecurity? As we go through the course, I'll keep telling you guys that where I learned this particular thing from. All right. And I could maybe also compile a folder of open source resources. We'll see. Okay, sir, I want to start cybersecurity. Can you please suggest where to start? I feel like for the entire field of cybersecurity, networking is the core of it. Even this is a network firewall defense hack boot camp, right? So this is basically where you are seeing a firewall from both perspectives, from the perspective of an attacker and the perspective of a defender, right? And we will be learning a lot about networks, so that's something that we'll be doing. All right. Sir, I have UTM. I'm so sorry, I do not understand what UTM is. Could you explain? Duration of class 1 hour. I cannot join the WhatsApp community since it is full. The administrative staff will help you with that. I'm doing good in cybersecurity, but still feels incomplete when it comes to any career. It's an evolving field. Okay, let's. So, what is the duration of the class? The class is 1 hour. Attendance will be sent at the end of the class, actually. Okay, let me share my screen and let's start with Kali Linux. Okay, that is something that everybody who's interested in networking and hacking, every cybersecurity person should know Kali Linux. And we should also know the basics of what Linux is. So today, when we start with Kali Linux, we're also gonna go through with that. So cybersecurity principles, which should choose SOC or VAPT. That is completely up to where your interests lie. Dharani Kumar. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Sir, does coding help you in cybersecurity a lot? It helps you automate things. You must have read or at least heard of the books called Automate the Boring Stuff with Python, right? And sorry, I'm a little sick. And the thing is that basically, coding just helps you do repetitive tasks at a much, much easier pace, at least in cybersecurity. I'm not talking about software engineering where you have to create systems architecture and all. That is also important, but that's not what we'll be covering. Sir, please use Hindi in lecture. Okay. Let me just set up a Okay, let's start the boot camp without any yeah. We'll start with Kali Linux and we'll learn the basics of networking through that. Am I not audible? Hello? Hello? I am audible. Uh, okay, perfect. Let me. Okay, so Kali is booted up. I am sharing my screen. Uh, okay, is my screen visible? Yeah, I'm sorry about the video camera being off. There's some issues with my webcam. Yeah. So Kali is booting, and we're gonna start with. You can actually practice without Kali Linux. If you guys have a MacBook which has a M1, M2, M3, M4 processor, it might be a little tough, but I think Kali comes with a ARM edition. I'm using KD Plasma with Kali Beast Shah. Kali Linux. Okay, yeah, that is basically what we're gonna start with. So Kali Linux is a Linux distribution. Linux is an open source kernel that anyone can use and modify. Even you can create your own operating system using Linux if you have the skills. So Kali Linux is a Linux distribution which is focused towards network security individuals, and it comes with this a lot of tools which are used by network security experts. Technically, you could install all these tools on any Linux distribution, as well as on Mac OS, actually, including Homebrew. Oh, my time is off because Kali is like that. You can practice in Ubuntu, definitely. Windows is tough. You will need to install a Linux distro, raw official. Series 11. My time is just off in my virtual machine. Like it's 7:22 p.m. like on my Windows machine. Don't worry. Anyway, okay. So the first things I need you guys to know is why is this divided into these 16 different series? Can anyone tell me? Attendance will be sent at the end of the class, Khushpreet. Vaibhav, let's not waste a lot of time with what is good for future. Let's Attendance has not been shared, Helen. It will be shared at the end of the class. Thank you. Anyway, so all of these are here because they have been till number 14 marked or mapped to the MITRE ATT&CK framework. MITRE ATT&CK and MITRE different frameworks are very important frameworks. Yes, exactly, Parveen. 16 sections of different tools according to their users. But these uses have been defined by the MITRE ATT&CK framework. The 14 ones are MITRE ATT&CK framework. I would suggest, sir, what is Kali Linux? So The agenda for today is basics of networking. You're going to learn about port scans. You're going to learn about what a DDoS attack is, what a firewall is, what Wireshark is, and how you can capture packets using it. And, you know, just understanding the basics of firewalls and networking. Sir, is there any way to record this class for revision purposes? I think I don't think I'll be able to answer that. Sir, what is Kali Linux? Answered. Okay, if anyone is having where to get Kali Linux and which package, the 16 things have been divided according to their users, right? And the first 14 have been mapped to the MITRE attack framework. I'm gonna just write it here so it's easier for everyone to look up. Where can I get Kali? I'm pasting a link. Bittu knows all about the tools for Kali and has used all the tools. So, कितने minutes की class होगी? We started at around 7:10, so it will be till 8:10. It's a 1 hour class, code with ciphers. I had used Ubuntu. What is the difference between these two? The MITRE attack. So MITRE is a company. I'll also paste the link here, and they have created a framework for how an attack can be conducted, as well as how defense can be conducted. Since Kali is more geared towards the offensive side, like it's literally made by Sir, just asking my doubt why you're not answering. I'm so sorry, Vaibhav. Let me just scroll up to your question. I must have missed it. Sir, I have completed CCNA and CCNP, so I'm confused in network engineering and network security. Please, sir, please. Vaibhav, network engineering and network security, you will learn a good amount about networks here. Today's class hours, 1 hour. There's around 40, 50 minutes. Yeah, there's around 45 minutes left. So CCNA and CCNB Webhub, it would have taught you a lot about network security already, right? Okay. Anyway, let's get to the agenda. So I think we have gone a little off track here. Okay. So today we are going to learn about network security fundamentals, firewalls, packet analysis we'll do at the end with Wireshark. Extremely interesting. My screen is visible, right? Nithika is a BCS student. She is confident. That is amazing. Nithika, the thing is that this class is has people who might not be as experienced as you. So it just helps to be, a little patient with this. Anyway, so okay, great icebreaker. What is, according to you guys, the scariest cyber attack? Attendance will be shared at the end. The class has started between. Okay, what is the scariest cyber attack according to you guys? Can we focus on the question? DOS, okay. A lot of people are saying DDoS. Ransomware. Trojan Bisha is a virus. It's not a network attack. Phishing, again, very interesting. Okay. Anyway, right. So let's start with the fundamentals of network security, right? So the entire world, all the computers in the world, right? They are connected to each other. Okay, form SQL. Spoofing. Okay, you can you guys can stop answering now. Yes. Okay. So this is a list of a few attacks as well as analogies to understand them. Bird suit attack, man in the middle. Very interesting answers. You guys have a lot of knowledge about cybersecurity. Recently, colonial pipeline attack order, 0 day. Pavan, I fully agree with you. Even I think that 0 day is the most scary attack. My screen is not visible. Huh. Is my screen visible to you guys? Hello. Can can you guys see my screen? Visible. Okay. It's a network issue for the person it's not visible for then, yes. Okay. So the entire world is connected through the internet. Alright. Tomorrow I will also have a Google Jam board attached to this so I can explain better and write on the screen and all. Okay. So network security is okay. So let's first understand how the entire world is connected to each other through the internet. When you are in your house, you have a Wi-Fi, correct? So when that Wi-Fi is there, that Wi-Fi also has an IP address, all right? And that IP address is a private IP address. So, whenever you have to change the password of your Wi-Fi, you have to go to something like 192.168.1.0, correct? That is the IP of the router, and the router has an interface of its own. Okay, so you guys, I will share a diagram actually. You guys first need to understand that all of your phones are connected in a LAN. A LAN is the local area network, and all the other after that, your router has a public IP. So technically, all activity happening from any device, your laptop, your phone, your smart TV, your watch, there's so many digital devices now which have IPs. It would all technically be traceable only to your router. Okay. After that, through the router logs, it can be traceable to who it was. But initially, your router has a public IP address. That public IP address is used to communicate with the internet through. Can you please explain what is public IP and private IP? Very good question, Avinash. IP address is also known as logical address. Huh. Okay, Avinash, a public IP is the IP that connects to the outside world. Okay, that's what you can think of it as. Okay, and uh, private IP is what is in the devices that are connected to a Wi-Fi. A Wi-Fi or a router, it assigns IPs to people. It assigns IPs to people through DHCP. Okay. That is also an important term. What I'll also do is I'll make notes for today's class on my own and I'll share it with you guys because we went a little off track and a little bit of it is my fault. Right? Private IP means like Wi Fi at our home. Correct. Your Wi Fi assigns IP addresses to the devices. Like your phone gets an IP address from the Wi-Fi. It is done through a protocol, like the same way HTTPS is a protocol. That same way it's there. So okay, port scans is like burglars rattling doorknobs to check who's home and who's not home. All right. So can you share this PPT, sir? I can share this PPT after the class, but it's just very basic and it's just for purposes of explaining things. Okay. Now let me just share the Kali Linux screen. so we can learn about port scans. Okay, let me know when my screen is visible. All right. Public is changeable and private is fixed to the system. That is wrong. Uh, Vlog diff times. Public IP usually is changeable. You can get a static public IP. They charge you a little more, but they give you a static public IP. And private IP is not fixed unless you set DHCP to assign it to a static network. Okay. So what I'll do here is I'll first talk to you about port scans. Okay. So in a any sort of a machine, there are ports. Okay. There are 6,000. I'll write the number 65535 ports. All right. And these 65535 ports, each port can have a service related to it. For example, just for example, when you connect to the internet, Prapreet Kumar, sir, my answer is right or wrong. For example, when we connect with Instagram server, so our phone ID connects with Wi-Fi. Prapreet, that is the perfect explanation. I think you have explained this very well. All right. So see, terminal is now open on my Kali address, and I'll type ifcon. Okay, it will show that I have this IP address 192.168.56.101, right? And right now, this is the host only adapter, so it's not connected to the internet. So I can only access the machines that are running on my computer. This I have done to create a lab. Please zoom the window, it is not visible. Okay, all right. I'm so sorry. Shrish, I'm really sorry. Right now, I'm teaching you guys about ports. Before this, I was teaching you guys about IP addresses and how internet communicates with everyone. In my college, there is a Wi-Fi, but when we connect to the private web page, it reflects the message that connected to the private connection. So, Rajan, colleges usually use a captive portal which makes you log in. So, it's logged with who is using anything from the IP. So, when they have to detect activity, they can just see, okay, you have logged in. All right. So now let's get to ports. This is my IP. There are other IPs here. All right. So what I'll do is first I'll scan what all hosts are up. So 192.168. You can see that's the IP dot 56.1. Here, why have I typed dot one? Why have I typed dot one and not any other thing? Attendance. Okay. Can anyone answer in the chat that why have I typed one here? What am I gonna type after this that will make the one not be a wrong command? Um okay, all right. So one is the gateway, Vignesh, that is completely correct. You are right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type /24. Now why am I typing /24? Each of these each of these are 8 bits, right? So this is fixed. All other IPs are assigned to this 1 2 3 4. DHCP command works in that way. Subnet mask, let's go. Aditya, Ashif, code with ciphers, amazing. Sir, have learned RHCSA Red Hat. See, listen, Vaibhav, there are a lot of Linux distros. I personally also only use Kali for a few things. I use Black Arch. It depends on what Linux distro you are comfortable with. So this is a subnet mask. I think you guys should read up more about it. Basically, all of these are 8 bits. So if one is empty, that means 3 are full. 8 threes are 24. Right? So this will scan everything in my network. What is nmap is also something that we should address. Sir, repeat कर दो, आपकी आवाज कट हो गई. CIDR notation, correct. Uh, Prabpreet, what I'm trying to say is that this, okay, attendance. Which Linux is good? There is no way to tell it objectively. It's a subjective thing. Network mapper, correct. Codebase Cyber nmap is a network mapper. Okay, and what is subnet? Uh, Subnet basically means that it's a number that divides an IP address basically into a network portion and a host portion. So, for example, you will see subnet mask whenever you type ipconfig on Windows and whenever you type ifconfig on Linux. लेक्चर उर्दू या हिंदी में नहीं दे सकते क्या आप? हादिया, द इशू विथ गिविंग इट इन हिंदी, हिंदी में देने का दिक्कत ये है कि अलॉट ऑफ यहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग को नहीं आती हिंदी. You are not visible. Yeah, I'm so sorry. My camera is having issues. I need to fix this. Uh, a smaller logical division of a larger internet protocol network. Network inside a network. Interesting answers. One is stand for network bit and zero is stand for host bit. Okay. Correct. Right. So right now, from this scan, what we can see, Nmap is a network scanner. It scans networks, it scans them for ports, it scans them through TCP scans and UDP scans, right? So right now, only one host is up, 192.168.56.1, and there is port 135 and 2179 open. So one thing that you will notice in cybersecurity a lot is, sir, screens are not visible. Blur. Okay. Is my screen not visible to anyone? Is this better? Quality of the video. I am getting around 200 Mbps here. I don't think it's a network problem. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. We are getting away from the topic a lot. Attendance कब होगा? Okay. All right. So what did Nmap do here? That is something that we need to understand. We need to understand how Nmap functioned here. Okay. That is very important. You guys should know the difference between a script kiddie and the difference between a cyber security professional. Okay. So what it does basically is that it uses the three-way handshake. Okay, and that three-way handshake is what connects one computer to the another computer. Okay, so let's learn a little bit about the three-way handshake. I'm just gonna pull up a picture that helps Sir, I'm in PG. It'll last till 8:10. Control work does not work here. Control plus, sorry. Control plus works on certain distros. On Kali, it's a little iffy. Okay, let's talk about client to server, server to client, client to server. Absolutely perfect. Anything, everything. I'm going to stop sharing Kali and I'm going to go back to the PPT. Uh, okay. All right. Let's look at this three-way handshake. So for cybersecurity, Kali is for beginners. Yes, correct. It is a very beginner-friendly distribution of Linux. So a three-way handshake happens in the way that we are seeing on the screen. So there is a client and there is a server. Server is the person that you are connecting to, the device that you're connecting to, and the client is you. Okay. So let us assume you want to connect to a server, let's say Google server. Okay. First, you send a SYN request. Okay. Google receives your SYN request, then it sends you a SYN ACK request. SYN ACK request means your SYN request is acknowledged, right? These, see, the thing is, it could have just send the SYN request and then send back the ACK request. But the three-way handshake is important because the server first sends the message that I have acknowledged that you have sent this request and then connects to the server. What is your name? My name is Avishan. Or send me synchronization. Yes, absolutely correct. Send me synchronization. Syn means synchronization. It means that you want to sync with the server. You want to access the server. Syn app means that the server has acknowledged that you want to access the server and it's letting you know that it has acknowledged. App means acknowledged. Act means acknowledge. Acknowledge means to accept something, to say that something is there. So, is it possible to track? Okay, that's a question. How many type of handshakes exist in networking? So, this three-way handshake is the main one, and the other ones are not really there. At least I personally don't know of any different handshakes that exist. There is a four-way handshake for terminating a TCP connection for Wi-Fi, but that is something that is used very less and that is something that is very irrelevant. What is sequential M? Attendance at the end. Sequence equals to N means that it has sent that. So first, the first thing that was sent had a sequence equal to M. Then it sent back N. That is something key. Okay, I have recognized your acknowledgement request along with an acknowledgement which was M plus one. Okay. So what Nmap does is Nmap uses this three-way handshake to access servers, right? Sometimes servers don't have a lot of free a lot of security. So it's very easy for Nmap to access those servers and exploit them. Sometimes they are very secure, so Nmap cannot access them at all. ये टर्मिनल पे चलाया जा सकता है, हाँ Nmap टर्मिनल पे चलाया जा सकता है. So Nmap does this. So now let's get back to Kali Linux, right? Is my screen visible? Okay, no, my screen is not visible actually. Okay, right. Is my screen visible now? So please cover the Paramiko and NetMiko library in syllabus. I will definitely do that. Don't worry. What is Nmap? Nmap is a network scanning tool. Can Nmap active scan do? Yes, Nmap can do active scan, definitely. It can also do stealth scans, passive scans. It can only use the syn command or the synact command. It can use much more. It can do a lot. All right. Nmap is a network scanner. Okay. Is there any other? I tracked my friend location, but I only know about country and with SIM. But I want to know perfect location. It is not possible. Nmap is used for know your IP address. That is not true, Prithviraj. Nmap is used to scan networks. You can scan a website also in Nmap. My screen is not visible. Is that the case, guys? Are you sharing notes in the WhatsApp group? Yes, I am gonna do that. Okay, so let's cover port scanning. So there are ports which are known to run certain services. You guys use port number 443 the most. What is port number 443? Port number 443 is something that is used. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do netstat anon is going to show me what ports are open on my system. It's going to be a lot because I use Kali for a lot of things. But yeah, so TCP is connected at this port. Okay, yeah. Let's first also understand the difference between TCP and UDP. What is TCP? Sir, we can you net discover. Please zoom the window. Explain four-way handshake. Okay. Let's go for four-way handshake. Let me just pull up the image. I'm gonna stop Kali. I'm gonna share an image. Okay, so the attendance link will be dropped in the form now. TCP uses three-way handshake and four-way handshake. So here in the four-way handshake, however, this is used very not as frequently, you can say. Okay, so there is an initiator and receiver. This diagram is the same as the previous diagram that called it client and server, right? So the in At an established connection, okay, this is important to understand. TCP guaranteed delivery, but it is slow. Perfect. It is important to understand that established connection is required for the four-way handshake. So when the initiator wants to close, okay, it sends a fin request. Fin means finishing request. All right. And then the server acknowledges it. Act. Syn means synchronize, fin means finish, act means acknowledge. Acknowledge means that they know that you want this and they have acknowledged and they're gonna do it. So the four-way handshake, fin means finished. Sir, please, doubts I will take in 5 minutes. Sarika, in 5 minutes, I will take all of your doubts. Okay, the last 10 minutes will just be doubts. So we have done the three-way handshake, we have done the four-way handshake, we have done port scanning, and we have done a few basics of networking. Anyway, so this four-way handshake is there because first an ACK request is sent, and the initiator or the client is waiting for them to send a fin request, and then the final fin request is sent by the receiver. So in the four-way handshake we see that the three-way handshake was a zigzag. The four-way handshake, however, is not a zigzag. It is fin and then the server sending two different packets, and then it is acknowledged that it needs to be closed, and then the connection is closed. Attendance has been shared. Has attendance? I think attendance should be shared very soon. Oh yeah, it has been shared by Rafa. Okay, perfect. So now what we're gonna do for the last 10 minutes is we're just gonna take doubts. All right. So any doubts that you guys have, just start typing. Okay, fin means that the initiator or the client wants to terminate the connection between the receiver or the server and the client. I don't have laptop. Can I practice on phone? Network jammers, can you keep questions related to what was discussed today? TCP are used locally and UDP are used for advanced. That is not uh, exactly what it is blocked of times. TCP is directed towards it. It is slower, but it makes sure that the data reaches from one place to the other. UDP is directionless, but it is very useful for fast data transfers. For example, torrents. Torrents use a lot of UDP. I am not at a place to answer jobs about the cybersecurity industry. This is a class related to uh, the highest paying job, obviously, though, is a CISO or Chief Information Security Officer. Are the projects are to be done on Kali Linux? The projects are to be done on anywhere that you can code or do commands. It is highly recommended to install these three virtual machines. The third one will be a little difficult for you guys. And you will need VMware for Metasploitable. And Kali Linux, Metasploitable. Nmap is not used for location traffic. Live stream uses UDP. Absolutely correct. Sir, you did not answer my questions. I'm so sorry, Deep. I must have missed it. I don't have laptop. Can I practice on phone? Deep, the thing is, technically, you can install the Kali NetHunter kernel on your phone. What phone do you have? I'll tell you if you can do it or if you cannot do it. Summary of today. Today, we initially had some ice breaking sessions. We talked about some types of attacks. We talked about the basics of networking, about how the internet works. What firewalls are was not discussed as much today. It will be discussed in the next class in a lot of detail. Packet analysis with Wireshark and firewalls will be done in the next class, which is day 2, along with a lot of other things. Right? Okay. Um, just a second. Sir, could you prefer some books that you used? I use the OSCP PWK 200, Pen 200, Penetration Testing with Kali. I'll type the name. It's a good book. GitHub Classroom link will be shared as soon as possible so things can get started. I'll share it right now. Can I code on VS Code? Yes, I use NeoVim. VS Code is very nice. Penetration testing is basically testing the strength of a particular network. Beginner friendly books for starting cybersecurity, very basics, OSCP, PWK, penetration testing with Kali. If I access a website, will they store my IP address? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It depends on how they have set up their logging. DSA is important in cybersecurity field. Algorithms are important when you're trying to implement products, right? For example, I am currently working on a scraper. So their DSA is obviously important. VS Code, yes. Books I have referred. Kali Linux link. I sent it, man. Just I'll send it again. My course is CSE core, but interested in data science, Lo-Fi Studios. Even I am interested in a lot of data science. In fact, for the personal projects that I do, I am currently working on an intersection between data science and you have a Note 9 Pro. Listen, the thing is that you will have to root your phone, and that will cause a lot of problems, Deep. Can I code on VS Code? Yes. Basics of networking. The basics of networking are the three-way handshake, understanding what public and private IP is, and understanding what WAN connections, LAN connections are, and how they communicate with each other. GitHub link, just give me a minute. I am sharing it. Smart India hackathon के बारे में बताइए. Send the virtual box. You will have to download it from the Kali site. PF Sense. No, it's not possible. It is possible to install Android mobile Kali Linux, but it needs to be a spare phone. Is there any way I can practice? Deep, I will get back to you on this. Since you do not have a laptop, I would love to help you still practice. Okay? Sir, please tell how we can code in VS Code. You just need to know the language. You can just start writing. How to install Nmap in Kali Linux? Kali Linux comes pre-installed with Nmap. All security distros come pre-installed with Nmap. It is amazing. Difference between GitHub and VS Code. Not really related to what we are doing, but VS Code is a IDE, integrated development environment, and it is used for coding. GitHub is used for storing changes and basically. Okay, wait. I'm just sharing the GitHub link. Okay, for the GitHub link, I would need your names and email addresses. So I will be adding you guys. Is it run at terminal app? Yes, it is the run at terminal app. Sir, I'm using Kali Linux with Windows Sandbox. It's good for cybersecurity. Very good. No, sir, I already installed Kali Linux. See, the thing is that the kernel is made for. So, it's totally up to you what you want to start with, defensive or offensive. Like, it depends. Defensive is a little book list for the career. I shall share with you guys by tomorrow. 100%. What is zero-day attack? Very good question. A zero-day attack is an attack that exploits a vulnerability that has not been made public yet. On the dark web, sometimes a lot of people find the vulnerability, but instead of reporting it for bug bounty, oh, someone asked about bug bounty also. Google Colab is something you can use instead of VS Code. Honeypot, I will tell you, GitHub link I will send. You have to give me a little bit of time. Uh, yeah, back to the question. Yeah, so zero-day attack exploits a vulnerability that has not previously been revealed or known by the company or the service itself. Uh, List of books. Honeypot. Oh my God! Wow, what a great question, Jitendra. So, honeypot is basically something that looks like something that is exploitable, but it is a decoy to lure and detect systems attacks. So it is established in a lot of SOCs, like Security Operations Center. Can I use VirtualBox for NS? Yes. Attendance के लिए form fill करना है, has been shared. Bug bounty means where we find bugs and report them. Yes, you report them to companies on HackerOne and all of those sites, and they then pay you. Can you explain about DHCP server? DHCP is not a server, it's a service. What it does is it automatically assigns IP addresses to router to devices. So, for example, your laptop is connected to your Wi-Fi. Let us say it has been assigned the number one, right? So when the next device, like your phone, connects to the Wi-Fi, it sets up sets that up to have the number two. So DHCP is what does this. That is the protocol which is responsible for assigning uh, uh, IP addresses. Sir, are you not going to explain ports? We went through ports, other topics of agenda. There is no owner of the dark web. OSINT means open source intelligence. How to know other system IP address to us? It's very simple to know other system IP address. Jitendra, let me just show you something quickly, okay? So what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna use Nmap to scan google.com, okay? And google.com is a big company. There is very little chance that it can be used. A backdoor is something that is embedded in a platform. It is 1 hour, by the way. We can end. We will discuss Tor browser and all, but this is more related to this boot camp is more related to firewall defense hack. So I will send you a list of books generally for cybersecurity career. I will send you guys. I will show you guys. We have been made familiar with Kali Linux. I will show you guys pfSense and Metasploitable in the next machine. TCP transmission control protocol. Okay. Any other doubts? If someone wants to stay back, I don't like coding. Can I get non-coding jobs? Infinity Gamer, yeah. In cyber security, a lot of the times, see, coding is very important in it, but it's important to understand code. You don't have to write your own code. Maclean Abraham, a GitHub link. I'm so sorry. I will share it as soon as I can. Tor browser is not illegal. Abraham, basically, what I need is link, like the name of all students. Okay. Nessus, beta testing, another person, sim information. Please share the. I have already shared the VirtualBox link, Shivam. It's above. I've shared it for Kali Linux. I'll share it for PF Sense also. I'll share it for Metasploitable also. PF Sense will be tough to install. I'm like letting you guys know in advance. I'm just copying the link to Metasploitable. NSLOOKUP is used to see the DNS of a server. I will also come to this. Randeep, I'm so sorry, I'll give you the answer. Is it needed any protocol to access another person's same information? It is very tough. You need to have law enforcement access to these. Hanif, a good answer is that is something I should just show. It's a very good answer. The session attendance has already been marked. Put it in a file and share. Okay, I'll share a file, Abraham. After this class today, I'll be sharing files. All right. Okay. Let's end for today. It has been past 1 hour. I'm so sorry that the session was a little unstructured. I'll try to be more structured from the next session. And let's keep it GitHub link I will share on the WhatsApp. I assure you guys that I'll share it on the WhatsApp. Okay, I'll just try to be more structured from the next class. And we'll go and we'll not get astray from cybersecurity topics. Uh, okay. Sir, but I access my friend location, which I mean is Randeep. Let's end the class for today. You can mail me. I will write my email if you have any access, any questions. Sorry. Which is better? Okay. Thank you guys. I'm so sorry for the unstructured session. Let's end the stream for today. Thank you so much, guys, for attending. Thank you for your patience with me, and you guys are very knowledgeable. It's insane.